Welcome to Coda, where we are going into our first lower bracket match of the evening. Now this is all to play for. There are no more second chances. The loser of this series will bow out of the qualifier, and the winner will have to fight through a daunting lower bracket, only the winner of which will qualify. Spawning in the bottom right hand position as the purple Zerg player, ladies and gentlemen, it's Revolver. His opponent spawning in the top left position as the blue Terran, it's Beastyqt. And Beastyqt is going for the command center first on this map. Not going for getting those units out early, being reasonably greedy here. And we've got a pool first coming out from Revolver, so there is a chance that some pressure could be incoming the Terran's way. Let me give you guys a little bit of update elsewhere in the brackets as well. I don't know the score lines themselves, but Namshar defeated Lilbo, Happy defeated Welmu, Rhett defeated Beastyqt, and Mana defeated Revolver. And we're seeing the guys that came out from those two matches face off in the lower bracket now. Guru defeated Showtime, ladies and gentlemen. Guru, who we followed and cast the games of yesterday, has done an incredible job. And he is through to the quarterfinal in the winner's bracket. Euthermal and Laser still ongoing. Nurchio Gung Fu Banda still ongoing. And Cool T4GG still ongoing. So that's how things are shaping up in the round of 16, the winner bracket. In the lower bracket, we've got Welmu versus Lilbo, which is going to be starting soon, but not now. And Revolver versus Beastyqt, which is the current game we are following.
Game paused.
Oh, a little bit of a pause in Beastyqt. Hopefully everything is fine with him. Am I even going to be able to sneak in a bite? I am. I'm not sure I get sponsorship from Sainsbury's Taste the Difference New Yorker sandwiches, but I do like the fact that they're part of a cheap meal deal and I can buy them and eat them while casting. Again, I'm staving off the energy drinks until later. For anyone wondering, I'm having delicious orange juice. I can't imagine how unbelievably dead I would be if I had energy drinks now. In 4 hours' time, I'd be a nervous wreck. So in this particular game, went for the command center first. We've got the barracks and the gas up now for Beastyqt. Revolver's end, nothing too out of the ordinary. We went for the pool first. No extreme early pressure coming out from him. He's just going to be going pool into hatch. Very chilled out at the moment. As you can see, he's only just seen the command center with the Overlord there, although it is about to complete at the 4-minute mark. Beastyqt back and saying go, and now Revolver appears to be the one waiting. And SV is going to be able to come in and scout now. Beastyqt is just about to see what's going on. Looks like we're good to go, and we will be resuming the game.
Game resumed.
Cool, cool. SCB coming in. Queen saying oi, no thank you. And I like how the Queen is just covering off the exit, not wanting the SCV to get out alive. Doing a fantastic job of zoning out here. The SCV is going to go down. Wow, go down the edge of the cliff as well. I mean, that's pretty brutal. I guess in order to get away, you might as well try jumping. Revolver, in the meantime, has seen the timing of this orbital command, and I believe suspects and knows that it was a command center first. And off this barracks, with no add-on to this building, we're going straight into the factory. So Beastyqt eager to get his tech up as quickly as possible off of the one gas while continuing to get his SCV production up. He hasn't gone into crazy gas production just yet. All he wants to do right now is macro up and Microsoft. Zergling speed now on the way for Revolver. Both sides looking to be very, very chilled out. So Beastyqt getting away with his economic opening here. And it looks like that opening is about to get even more economical as the third command center has gone down. We have a reacted factory about to pop in as well. That's going to be plonking itself down. And it looks like a double Hellion production is going to be on the cards. Question mark? Well, we've certainly got at least one, so that's progress. There we go. And the starport is going down for Beastyqt as well. Third base now being plonked down for Revolver. Not anticipating any sort of major attacks anytime soon. Sees that the wall is being completed at the natural expansion. Knows his opponent is playing defensively for now. And of course with the opening that he chose. Might as well. And behind this we've got the Roach Warren. Do I think he's going for mass roaches at this moment in time? Too early to tell. Probably not. But with that number of Zerglings out, he could be going Roach Bane, I suppose. I'm not entirely sure. It remains to be seen. He's just got the Speedlings at the moment with the Roach Warren on the way, by the way. So there's no sign of a Baneling Nest just yet. These could just be for defense, and it looks like they will be. The Zerglings trying their best to surround the Hellions on creep. Wow, doing a fantastic job being microed, and both Hellions are going to go down. That is excellent from Revolver. First blood in this game goes to him. Beastyqt losing both of those Hellions for absolutely no units killed. Really, really nice. And now this Overlord's going to come in and scout everything, but unfortunately everything just involves a couple of buildings and not much else. We've got the reactor starting on the starport now. Looks like Beastyqt is loading up a drop. Just a couple of Marines and ein Hellion going to be moving out here. And 8 Roaches are on their way. There is the Baneling Nest, so it is going to be Roach Bane coming out from Revolver. He's pulling his units at the moment, spreading his creeps as far as he possibly can. I would anticipate he's going to try and keep control of the watchtower with a Zergling while running units past it, because running around will just take an awfully long time. These Hellions, however, have a different idea. They are going to be running past first, and he's going to try and come in. This could end up being a little bit of an anti-timing, because the Roaches are moving out across the middle of the map. At least the watchtower has been secured, so Revolver is going to be moving out. And these Hellions are going to be chilling out at the third base right now. They can be seen. They're moving towards the natural, not attacking anything, trying not to alert Revolver to anything yet. We have a group of Marines now being dropped inside the main base, but simultaneously in the natural, we have roasting going on, ladies and gents. Oh god, it's barbecue season. It's definitely barbecue season, and this could end up being problematic. The Roaches are getting pulled back. No, they're actually going for the attack. So we are not stopping. 14 workers have been killed. Hellions are getting into a pretty good position. One of them looks like they're going to go down straight away. Second one will go down as well. Now Queens are going to be here to support now. Will this Roach Bane attack work? All is going to be hinging on the counterattack right now. Nothing left inside the main base. The Hellions do get cleaned up. 15 workers have been killed. And it's 25 workers versus 56. But it's also a lot of Banelings versus no Banelings right now. And here we go. Viking getting landed. That's a lot of Banelings being produced. And, oh, well, they're continuing to zone everything out here. It looks like they're going into the mineral line as well. 2 more bunkers are actually part of this ensemble at the natural expansion, but it is being overwhelmed by an awful lot of Zerg right now. These Zerglings will clean up everything at the third base. The natural expansion is completely under siege, and the fact that the bunkers are here are neither here nor there right now. The Roaches are going to be able to move up simply into the main base. There are no units to fill them with. So this counterattack is proving to be very, very effective indeed. Interestingly, there are still SCVs here. I'd like to see a couple of Zerglings move out to the third base location. The tank getting produced to try and help with the defense here. And there's a second one as well, which the Roaches are going to want to kill off very quickly indeed. Successfully doing so. A Hellbat, a couple of Marines, and these SCVs combined should be able to pick off these Roaches. But so many workers have now been lost. 38 to 15 and more Lings streaming in. This is a massacre right now. The Hellbats will be able to clean this up, but look at how many Lings are here. Is the third base still mining? Yes, we can probably use a couple of Lings here once again. But Revolver right now is doing pretty well for himself. He is, though, still only at 25 drones, so let's not mistake how difficult a situation this is for him. Here come those Lings I was talking about to the third base, and that should cripple the economy of Beastyqt right now. He's going to have to move everything away from the third base, all those mules stopping to mine as well. And really, it's this basically sieging up of the natural expansion that's really going to be paying dividends right now. So this third base isn't mining. We're 34 workers versus 23 because Revolver is starting to drone up again. There is a little bit more tech from Beastyqt, and these tanks are very beefy, so there's nothing that Revolver can do to win this game outright instantaneously. However, we are in a situation where actually it's reasonably healthy for the Zerg right now, because he's all the way back up to 44 workers. This Viking is going to get killed off as well, which was harassing those overlords. And now we have a lot of Hellions and tanks moving out across the map, going into this Beastyqt mech. The problem is Beastyqt mech on 28 SCVs is not exactly the greatest thing in the world. However, we need to get an army to counteract this, and right now Revolver doesn't have the army required to fend this off. He needs a lot of roaches, and he needs them very, very quickly. So he needs to be able to mine as fast as little drones can. What is the income situation like? Well, even with mules, he's beating the Terran right now, so that gives you an idea of the worker differential between the two. But here come Hellbats and tanks. Now, this push is now becoming the critical one. This has to be taken apart. There are only 3 tanks with this push as well. It should, for all intents and purposes, be possible, but Revolver has to trade space for time. He's not trading space for time at the moment, though, because he is just running the roaches into it. I'm not sure I completely agree with that decision, but it is still buying him time to produce more, which is what he needs right now. 4 more roaches and 10 Zerglings joining the fray. Hellbats are now starting to get thinned out, but with these Zerglings coming in as well, I mean, this is not very cost-effective, but I think it's just about going to do the trick. That siege tank on the high ground was doing so much damage, that gets picked off as well, and the remaining Hellbats, even though it was slightly cost-effective because it was trading against a lot of Zerglings there, will get cleaned up. And at the end of all that, we have a 91 supply Zerg versus a 70 supply Terran at 63 versus 44 workers, and it is a 3-base Zerg versus a 2-base meching Terran that's trying to recover in terms of economy. So Beastyqt at the moment definitely pegged back just a little bit in terms of development. You want to be getting up to that kind of 160 supply Terran range so that you can actually get into a position where your mech army is just very, very scary. The Spire is going down for Revolver, though, and he's basically saying if you don't have enough Thors with that army you're moving out, I can just whittle it away until you ever get here, and that could be a fantastic strategy for him. A lot of gunk getting put down here, preventing the 3rd base from going down as well from Revolver, so really restricting the development of the Terran economy here. These 3 Vikings are going to be able to scout that this base has gone down. And if anyone's ever asked the question, do 3 Vikings kill a hatchery faster it gets built? The answer is they're almost exactly the same, but not quite. So if anyone was ever wondering, 3 Vikings more or less cancels out the hit points. But not brilliantly. Will the Thor kill it first, or will the missile turret finish? Neither! The Viking kills it! It's the 3rd option. Everybody loses their bets. Bonus, return bet. Good snipe on that creep tumor there by the Vikings, doing a good job harassing as well as he can with this. Revolver in the meantime is up to 67 workers, he's up to 116 supply as well now, and just waiting to get his tech up. We've got roach speed and burrow movement going to be on their way as well. And don't forget the Spire, I believe is going to be, oh, a little bit hidden from view there, but it is there, and it has been completed. So he's waiting for an opportunity to go into a big muta switch to try and crush this Terran mech army. 3rd base now, completely clear of creep. Is there anything burrowed underneath there? Nope, he just needs to land it. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. So Beastyqt is here now. He's back up and mining and in business at the 3rd base. There are a couple of units here to defend against it as well. And of course, because it's mech, you need to be a little bit careful. Very, very beefy units. 1-1 on the way now for the roaches, but they're actually going to be finished a long time after this rush gets to the natural expansion 3rd base. I'm not really sure what his plans are, if he just wants to snipe off a couple of units and move back, which is fair enough. Looks like he's doing that. Nope, no, he is not doing that. That's a lot more firepower than Revolver bargained for there, and he is going to have to retreat. Both sides now stabilizing in terms of economy. We're at the 18-minute mark of this game. We have got mutas potentially at any time. Notice none have been built so far, by the way, but the Spire is complete, and the infestation pit has gone down too. So Revolver has a choice of tech switches right now. He is comfortably on 4 bases. He still has a good number of roaches that he's able to basically try and slow the mech army moving out across the map. Maybe slow down, pick off the Thor, slow down, wait for the mutas to come in, stuff like that. Beastyqt has a good number of Vikings though, 6 with this RB alone. And it's not entirely clear that he's going to be able to move out anytime soon. It looks like we have a little bit of damage being wrought over here. Spinecrawler is going to complete against 4 Hellions, who will be getting the heck out of dodge. These roaches are doing a pretty good job over here so far, though, picking off a gas geyser and a couple of workers, and they are definitely out of range of the siege tanks that are over there as well. If he picks off a Thor, that's going to be a major win for him. Instead, he's just going for a couple of supply debuts at the moment. Just picking them off and then leaving. I like this. Just tiny bits of damage here and there. Being as cost-effective with the roaches as possible. doing a pretty good job. Another couple of workers going down here, just whistling them away. 50 versus 25 workers killed in this game. 74 down to 60 and 59 workers for the Terran player right now. Not ideally where you want to be. And it just makes it a little bit more difficult for Beastyqt to be moving out here. Because ideally he just wants to get his army up to 20 or 30 supply higher than it is now, so that he is then able to move out in peace and can hopefully try and steamroll the Zerg. Fifth base coming down now, former Revolver, and it turns out he likes defense, in case you guys didn't see that beforehand. So this is, well, I suppose pretty standard kind of fare here. A group of roaches are going to try and pick off this siege tank. They will succeed in doing so. So the siege tank's not able to adequately defend this position as things currently stand. I'm surprised he doesn't just burrow those. I don't think there's a detector here, but that's okay. More workers getting killed off now. Up to 71 workers killed. That's quite a lot. And we're down to 43 workers on 3 bases for our Terran hero. Not the greatest position for him to be in. Revolver just continuing to whistle him down as much as he can while extending his influence out throughout the rest of the map. This creep spread now is about to pass the halfway mark on both sides of the watchtower. 4 spine crawlers are going to try and stop anything going down here. And we've got the mutalisks out on the field now as well. We've been pulling them for quite a while. You want to see what pulled mutalisks look like? Just wait here for a second. We're going to have 28 of them, ladies and gentlemen, here. That is a big, big muta switch. And I'm actually wondering if you should wait until the Terran player, until Beastyqt actually moves out on the map, because that way the Thors get caught completely out of position as well. Here we go. Oh, you have missile turrets? That's cute, says the Zerg player. And now all of a sudden all the mining from Beastyqt is gone inside the main base. Yes, there are Vikings here. Needs to be a little bit careful for that. Oh, needs to be quite careful actually. There are a lot of Vikings here. And if the Muta is going to move into the Vikings, that could be another disastrous story. But he is just going to kill off workers and run by the looks of things. 80 workers versus 25. He's on top of the Vikings. He needs to be careful. One of them goes down, but I think it's a bit too close to the Thors. I don't think he can play with this kind of army composition for too long. 28 Mutas down to 20 at the moment, so did lose quite a lot. Workers killed up to 80 in this game though, and Beastyqt is really struggling to mine right now. He's got a planetary fortress at his 4th base location, and that is going to be a big, big target for the Zerg player. He's basically saying to himself, if I kill that planetary, I think I win the game. And, well, if Revolver moves in with everything he's got, there's a chance he can do it, but it's not guaranteed. Siege tanks, I mean, they just do so much splash damage. You've got +2 attack complete on the mech as well. The Thors are going to be able to do fantastic AoE against the Mutalisks, and Vikings, as you've seen, have quite a lot of firepower there too. And it looks like we're upgrading, by the way, all sorts of fun things at these starports. We could be seeing a switch into Ravens from Beastyqt. That's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to seeing if we can get massive Hunter-Seeker explosions off in this series. That would be pretty slick, not going to be lying. Sensor towers going on for Beastyqt, playing very defensive. I think he's slowly getting to that point where his mech army at the 24-minute mark of this game is now getting to the getting strong enough that he's feeling more comfortable. And that's taken an awful long while as well. Revolver making sure the top right base cannot be taken. So he's restricting his opponent to 4 bases while taking, I think, literally every other base on the map except the top right. So that's pretty impressive here. Revolver really extending his influence in the biggest way possible. 3 Hellions are going to do a bit of a drive-by, and they will succeed in avoiding death there by the looks of things. Roach is coming in to pick off a few missile turrets. Vikings in position to try and ward off the Mutalisks will successfully do so as well. In the meantime, we have some barbecue here. Oh god. Well, Brew Frame on the Hellions has just completed, but there are 6 of them here. And there are only 2 spine crawlers and a queen. Will they be fast enough to stop all the drones from dying out? Well, looks like no so far. I mean, number of workers killed gone up to 41. More incoming. But now we have 1 hit, 1 time, 1 time. No. 82 to 45, guys. So the worker count is 73 to 62. Both sides once again have stabilized, and Revolver has taken every single map. Every single base on the map, aside from the 4 that Beastyqt has taken. He's really going for the numbers game right now, and that's because when he engages this mech army, he knows it's really strong. He's probably going to have to sack an army, move back, produce another army as quickly as he can, sack a second army, and just keep hitting his head against this brick wall until Beastyqt runs out of money. That is likely what's going to happen. A single Brewframe Harrion is going to be chilling out over here. Mutas are going to say, hey, what's up? And here we go. Is this going to be the first of the big engagements? Oh, it doesn't look like it. This base is just going to get sacrificed, actually. So Beastyqt choosing to take apart this base. We've also got a single Hellbat here as well. Really being annoying to Revolver, not allowing him to mine. But the Mutalisks are coming in to this location here, where the Vikings, unfortunately, are at, and not even all the missile turrets have gone down. So Beastyqt is actually trying to swing the momentum in his favor right now, and so far he's doing a good job. With this particular standing army, we are up to 6 Ravens and counting right now. And Beastyqt is slowly pushing out onto creep. No scans required, of course, because those Ravens are detectors. And now Revolver is going to have to be answering to this. He's saying, well, hang on a second, what army have you actually got? Because I am going to sweep past your dominance of the top part of the map and say, if I don't mind splitting this map in two, if we split this map in two, the meching player must be at an advantage. Really, really good cost-effective army. So what's your response to this? I'm sieging up your base here. We need some... Oh my god. We need something, and by something, it looks like it's going to be 55 Mutalisks. He's going to try and win the battle in the air with sheer numbers, and that might actually work here, to be perfectly frank with you. 38 Mutas still left on the map, and we're trying to kill off the Ravens, successfully chasing them down as well. That's a lot of damage being done. All the Ravens go down. The Vikings are going to go down as well. Look at how many Mutas have been sacrificed. Over 20 of them, by the way, have gone down. And more to the auto turrets as well, which are about to get cleaned up. That's a lot of Mutalisks sacked. But once again, Revolver going for the brick wall approach, saying, I don't mind losing as much as I need to just completely take your army out, because you're a meching player. Your strength lies in numbers when you actually have a big ball of army. Individual units aren't nearly as strong. And yes, okay, 3 tank harass, guys, is not something we've seen in StarCraft 2 for a long while. But how about this? 41 Muta harass. This command center is going down. Ooh, that looks kind of funky. And the 3 tank harass is doing quite well over here on the left-hand side of the map. But does the Zerg need to care, is the question. Oh, no. No, that's not happening yet. Sorry. Man, that would be so sick. Man. Okay, I think he's been warned away. I think Revolver saw that. Dude, that could have been so disgusting. That could have been Reddit GIF worthy. Oh my god, but we have a big switch back into roaches now from Revolver. So now we're basically making missile turrets and Ravens. And Revolver saying, you know what, I might be able to win this next battle on the ground with an awful lot of roaches, and there isn't going to be that much to protect against it. I mean, attacking into the planetary fortress is still very, very difficult. I'd much rather attack this much softer target. Needs to be very careful, though. I remember the... oh, God, who was it? Was it Ryung that snuck the Widow Mines there? Oh, wow, and the Widow Mines uproot just as the Mutalisks come in. This is not good news at all. This orbital command is going toasty. And the Mutas are going to be able to get out. Are the Roaches going to get out as well? They might as well kill off a tank or two if they can. Looks like a supply depot is going to be left to burn down. It will successfully do so. A lot of burning buildings over here at the 3rd base location, and everything will get the heck out of dodge. Terran Army, they're trying to sandwich the Zerg into the corner right now. And the Mutas, well... There. Oh, Hunter Seeker! Not quite able to connect. Muta's flying away now. Number of them on the field, still 40. But we have a lot more roaches on the ground now as well. So that really has been the difference here. And it looks like the remaining roaches are going to burrow and see if they can sneak past once again to do some damage over here. So these triple Widow Mines just kind of banking on being in the same place all the time, by the way. To hopefully kill off the Mutas at once when they fly past. So that's the idea behind Beastyqt's play. Revolver, though, he's managed to successfully avoid it at the moment. We're up to 54 Mutalisks. That's an awful lot. And I think he might be going after this place now. I mean... Well, we've got +2 building armor here, which is great. No, he's actually going after the army itself. With that many Thors, I'm not sure that's possible. 54 becomes 33. That's a lot of Mutas insta-deathing. And that's a lot of missile turrets as well, but they are getting one-shotted at least. One more. Okay, and now he can whittle away the planetary fortress as he sees fit. Unfortunately, the Thors are back. And Revolver is going to have to think of another way to take out this base. So we're at the half an hour mark now, 33 minutes into this game. Oh man, this is a pretty epic series, and a lot's on the line as well. Don't forget, this is the lower bracket. Lower bracket, guys. The loser of this best of 3 goes home. That's it. No more qualifier for you. And only one winner from the lower bracket will actually qualify. Well, looks like these Widow Mines kind of put into good use as Beastyqt now starting to retake control of the top right of the map and maybe take the momentum going into the end part of this game. But look at these upgrades. +3, +3, +3, +2 with +3 flyer attacks about to complete as well for Revolver. And he is just constantly harassing everyone on the map right now. Every time Beastyqt builds a base, Revolver takes it from him. And he's finally killed off that planetary fortress as well. That stubborn position where it was so frustrating for Revolver to hit at all this time. Now, Beastyqt has a base in lieu, but this is nowhere near as well defended as the planetary fortress once was. 4 turrets instead of 7. Oh, I guess we're actually going up to 7 now, so maybe not. But it's still a planetary fortress. At least we have those 3 Widow Mines. It's all about the 3 Widow Mines. He doesn't want to get any closer. Oh, lifting that. The SCVs might... No, 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 no! Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. And I think he was really lucky that they didn't all explode on the front group of Mutalisks. Guys, look at that health. That's a lot of red health and orange health Mutalisks right now, and he is running for his life. The Vikings need to try and connect, but they won't be able to. I think that was lucky on Revolver's part. If all 3 of those Widow Mines hit the same group of Mutalisks, at least like 12 of them would have gone down instantaneously. As it stands, he still went down to 35, back up to 43 already. And he needs to avoid too many Thor shots. They haven't exactly healed up just yet. But man, oh man, is Revolver playing a dangerous game with those Widow Mines. 5, 3, and 3 kills on those 3 Widow Mines, by the way. It could have been so much higher. And that's a lot of Thors. I do not want to take on this many Thors with splash damage. That is dangerous. Good luck magic boxing that. You need the biggest box in the world. And now we're moving into the natural expansion. So really exploiting the fact that Beastyqt's Thor army is very immobile compared to these Mutalisks. Look at how slow they're moving back. He's going to have to try and get them back to defend. But unfortunately, it's going to be the Ravens and Thors. Ravens, rather. And Vikings. Oh, good splits. Oh my god, that was disgusting. We're down to 21 Mutalisks. And, you know, you think having 21 Mutalisks is a good thing? No. Not in this game. 21 Mutalisks down from goodness knows how many. Revolver has been mining from everywhere on this map. And he's now getting gas starved. He's got that gas. He hasn't taken that one. He's got these 2 still. Only 1 worker mining on these. That's out. That's going to be out. Those are out. Those are out. There's not an awful lot more gas for Revolver here. Has he left it a little bit too late? Or maybe he should have tech switched a little earlier. Would it have been better if he went for Ultralist to try and attack those Thors? I don't know. But right now, he's definitely on the back foot. The momentum is swinging Beastyqt's way, and it's absurd to be saying that, because Beastyqt is still 35 supply behind, and these bases are constantly getting taken out by these Roaches and Mutas. Oh, wow, that's a lot of Widow Mines. Really good splits, though. Unbelievably good splits. Trying to avoid the Mutas getting taken out there. But there are 3 more Widow Mines here. He's allowing the Roaches to take the hit. So smart. Revolver has learned, and he's saying, look, you have a very dangerous attack. I do as well. Both players on the opposite side of the map to each other. There is no way Beastyqt's army is getting taken out right now, and that is a big problem for Revolver. Revolver's army, though, is looking pretty strong as well, and in a straight-up engagement, the Zerg might lose this fight, but there isn't going to be a straight-up engagement. He's just moving straight into the natural expansion and main base. This is basically a base trade scenario going on, and this is the 40-minute mark of game number 1. Incredibly intense here at the Intel Extreme Masters Gamescom qualifier. That bottom left base goes down. We have 0 SCVs, by the way, versus now 19 drones, and most of those 19 drones are here. Oh, pardon me, most of them are here, actually. And Revolver is coming back to attempt to defend. Now, because there are 0 SCVs, if this army dies, Beastyqt straight up dies. But look at how many Thors are here. Look at the Ravens. They've got a lot of energy. Can Revolver stop it? This game is not over yet. The attack is finished on Beastyqt's base, but Beastyqt can't build anything anymore, so that's less important than getting rid of this army. But what is Revolver going to do about it? The army is pulling. He's looking to see if he can attack it from multiple angles, potentially. And this is very, very tense. Moving in towards a natural expansion. Revolver's going to have to do something soon. Is he really? Oh, he's actually just moving out with the army. Looks like he's going to try and trade out. He's going to see if he can plant... I mean, that could be another way to win. Just plant hatcheries everywhere else on the map and say, I can build faster than you can destroy. I'm going to continuously kill off as much as I can. Supply blocked at the moment. Needs more overlords, though. Does Revolver. And he needs to fly them over to somewhere safe. A lot of drones being transferred to this space and to the top right as well by the looks of things, as Revolver now looks to clean up the rest of Beastyqt's main and natural. Beastyqt now lifting up absolutely everything, saying, right, this is going to become a battle for survival. The Mutalists carelessly taking a lot of unnecessary shots from those missile turrets, but the ground army from the Zerg will be able to see this through, and now the Mutas are hunting for those buildings. They are not going to be able to fly far. The army for Beastyqt is coming back, though. And oh, well, that was a random unburrow, but this is still... I mean, Beastyqt could still win this game, but he has to really steamroller through. Beastyqt looked like he had the momentum coming through, but that base trade just seems to have gone a little bit better for Revolver, who was able to take out more bases more quickly, and he's also got the bank to reproduce. 0 SCVs is really the killing blow for Beastyqt right now. Let me see. We at least have... Well, we have Orbital Command, and we have Mules, so we could get enough to start producing SCVs again. All you need is a chair and a mule, right? But Revolver right now, he has an army supply of 165 versus 86 of the Terran player. Beastyqt is at 3-1 upgrades, and this is an extremely cost-efficient army, but is it going to be cost-efficient enough? It looks like we are going for it here, trying to kill off the remaining buildings. Factories are burning. They are going to get taken down. At least 2 of them finish off here. A lot of roaches around the middle of the map right now, and he's moving in, trying to kill off as much of this mech as possible. The Mutalist moving in as well. A lot of Hunter Seekers going down every which way. Explosions all over the shop right now. It's going to be enough. Revolver takes the victory in a 44-minute game against Beastyqt in game number 1. A lot to play for, and we saw an incredibly tense first game of this series here going the Zerg's way.